iscope.media. Here we bring you the analytics from the battle of religion, caste, gender in Uttar Pradesh. When election bugyal can be heard, the national political parties are preparing for elections with special focus on most political Pradesh in Uttar Pradesh. Well, what will be the trump card in Uttar Pradesh Assembly Election? Will it be the battle between Hindutva by BJP, or will it be the caste basis social engineering mandal politics by Samajwadi party? Or will it be gender card by Priyanka Gandhi vadra? What will be the winning formula of all these parties? Well, poaching ministers and MLA by Akhilesh Yadav game plan, which is clear to build a non-Yadav vote bank in OBC. BJP retaining Hindu vote bank it had in 2019, it is seen Yogi Adityanath contesting from Ayodhya to get the maximum dividend from the Mandir movement. Well, Congress focusing on women votes, declaring 40% of seats for women candidates. It announced mother of the Unnao rape victim as its first released candidates. Now, which intelligence strategy will work for this political examination? Can Yogi Adityanath government consolidate its OBC votes that are being deserted right now? The BJP this time around isn't being successful in consolidating the most backward classes. Over 30% of the total voters they are in its favor, with the exodus of its leaders being seen. There is anger against Yogi's government about mishandling of the pandemic from this community, particularly added with the fire from the farmers. The BJP regime, it is now being voiced, has over the past 4 years neglected leaders belonging to the Dalit and the backward communities and minorities, and ignored concerns of Dalits, backward communities, unemployed youth, small and medium business persons. As letters of resignation of its ministers spell out, we see this entire scenario. Akhilesh Yadav broader caste alliance, which we can say Samajwadi party chief Akhilesh Yadav met the leaders of allied parties to discuss the formula for seat distribution. The meeting took place in Lucknow on Wednesday. The overall formula of contesting the election with a pre-poll alliance decided by the Samajwadi party and its allies is that some seats will be given to the certain members of the allies, and some members of the allies will be able to contest on the Samajwadi party seats. Well, third, if we move to, that is Priyanka Gandhi, women magic. Congress in its crisis time is forced to move away from its traditional way of campaigning in caste religion angles. For its survival, it is desperately trying to build a new vote bank, and after careful consideration, the party thinks stance has chosen the path of wooing the women. This is apparently initiated by Priyanka Gandhi vadra in UP and now became the main plank of campaign in other states that goes to polls in 2022. Well, Priyanka Gandhi vadra, who took charge of Uttar Pradesh affairs, apparently got the feedback on the whispers the rural women folks are making regarding her similarity in appearance to that of her grandmother Indira Gandhi. Since then, she started imitating Indira Gandhi in her own style of walk, speech and her attire, sari, though little uncomfortable. More Sonia met women more. She felt her chance to woo them towards her party. Without even discussing the matter in the party forum and not consulting her family, Priyanka is a spur of moment announced 40% of the Congress ticket to women in UP. This had desired effect as women started to throng the Priyanka's meeting, and this led to the promise of 40% jobs for women in government if Congress is voted to power. The larger narrative of Uttar Pradesh election is caste equation. Now let's take a look at Uttar Pradesh caste equation of total population. If we take a look, the upper caste has 20%. out of which the Brahmins have 11%, Thakurs or Kshatriyas have 6%, and Bana, Vaishya or the Kathas have 3%. Then we move to the OBC. OBC has 39%, out of which the Yadavs have 10%, the Kurmis have 6%, MBCs, EBCs have 21%, and others are having 2%. Now if we see the Dalits have total 21%, out of which Jadavs have 12% and others are having 9%. Now last but not the least, Muslims have 19%. Caste-wise vote share in Uttar Pradesh Assembly Election 2017. Let's have a look at it now. The scheduled caste and scheduled tribe votes, BJP is having 20%, Samajwadi Party or Congress is having 8%, BSP is having 64%. Non-Yadav votes, OBC, BJP has 64%, SP of the Congress has 14% and BSP has 10%. Muslim, BJP has 2%, SP or Congress has 71% and BSP has 17%. Now let's move on and see what is the battle plan of the political parties. BJP battle strategies consolidate Hindu votes alliance with smaller parties to retain OBC votes, farm laws rolled back bid to win the back Jat votes, mega projects to showcase Vikas, highlight yogis, crack down on crimes. Second, the Samajwadi Party battle strategies are alliance with the smaller parties across UP by reviving Jat Muslim vote bank, by inducing BSP rebels to win Dalit votes, consolidate Muslim votes alliance with RLD, Suheldev Bharatiya Samaj Party, Mahandal, Pragatishil Samajwadi Party, which is from Lohia, Janwadi Party, Socialist, and NCP. Now third, if we move on to the Congress strategies, it is clearly wooing women. Congress's promises free mobile phone for girls who pass class 12, electric scooters or completing graduation for all girls, Rupees 10,000 salary for Asha and Anganwadi workers, 40% women candidates in the election, 40% reservation for women, 25% jobs for women in police force, 50% of the ration shops to be allotted to women, free transport also. What are the X factors of Uttar Pradesh election? Let's have a look at it now. Will BJP hold its core votes? Will the non-Yadav OBC and the non-Jadav Dalit stick with BJP or not? Will Samajwadi alliance with the smaller parties work, especially in Western UP? Will the Muslim votes stand firmly behind Samajwadi Party? Will BSP play spoiler in dividing the anti-BJP votes? Will Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's women card have any impact or not? Or are they going to stand in the backdrop? Is Yogi Adityanath law and order pitch his unique political value? Is Modi factor still the dominant issue in the state election in Uttar Pradesh? Will Akhilesh Yadav's social engineering strategy expand his political base? Well, according to the CSDS reports, here I am referring today, of the non-Yadav OBC votes, in 2012, BJP obtained only 20% of the total non-Yadav OBC votes. Well, then it was in the last Parliament General Election 2019 where BJP obtained 72% of the non-Yadav OBC votes. But what we are witnessing in Uttar Pradesh currently is executions of dozen ministers and MLAs just ahead of the UP election. Well, this has put BJP in a damage control certainly. And it is generally seen during the election time. But this is unusual in BJP for last 7 years, which is reverse migration. Well, we have seen this in Uttarakhand and Goa as well. However, we had seen this in West Bengal going back to Mamata Banerjee after the election. Now, a major question arises here. Is BJP's import policy beginning to bite them back? Can Yogi Adityanath consolidate Hindu votes in his favor, or will OBC votes switch back to Samajwadi Party as in 2012, the year when Samajwadi Party formed the government? If Yogi Adityanath manages to win Uttar Pradesh for the Bharatiya Janata Party, he will create history certainly. No chief minister has completed a full 5-year term in India's largest state and managed to be re-elected. The victory, if it comes, will catapult Adityanath's political stature to the higher level. In order to manage this feat, Adityanath wants to make this an 80% versus 20% election. Well, it has received a lot of controversies. This not so subtle effort to seek a consolidation in Hindu vote. Hindus and Muslims have a roughly 80 to 20 ratio in Uttar Pradesh's population, which is more hyperbole than the serious strategy. No party gets a 80% vote share in an election in India, but is overconfident about the possibility of a Hindu consolidation, damaging the party's carefully crafted social coalition in the state. A series of defections of OBC leaders from the BJP over the past days, including that of the 3 ministers, have made this question worth examining. The BJP's winning formula in Uttar Pradesh is 60 to 40, not 80 to 20. The BJP's massive victory in the 2017 Uttar Pradesh Assembly Election led to something which was believed to be impossible by many people. Well, this was an alliance of regional heavyweights, Samajwadi Party and the Bahujan Samaj Party in 2019 Lok Sabha elections. The Samajwadi Party and the BSP alliance seemed to be very strong on paper. Even in 2017 elections, if we take a look, when the BJP won a 3/4 majority in the state, these two parties had a 44% vote share, which was greater than BJP's 40%. However, when the results were announced in May 2019, the BJP shocked both the Samajwadi Party and the BSP by winning 62 of the 80 Lok Sabha seats in the state. Its ally won another 2, with a vote share which came up to 50%. The combined vote share of the Samajwadi Party and the BSP actually went down to 37.5%. Well, how did the BJP achieve this victory then? It consolidated the support of everyone other than the core social base of the Samajwadi Party and the BSP, Yadavs, Jatavs and the Muslims, who together have a combined share of around 40% in the state's population. Post-poll data from the National Election Study 2019 by the CSDS Lokniti shows this clearly right now. Our observations are primarily to forecast before the candidate's declaration, but BJP will retain its half of the OBC votes, 72% it obtained in 2019 general election. If Samajwadi Party gains 40% of the OBC non-Yadav votes, it will be close to the winning. BJP will be ahead of fraction of votes. Conclusion part will be 12% Jadhav votes with Mayawati. But if it swings towards BJP as Mayawati is not that strong, BJP will get more advantage if this happens. Deciding factor of 2022, will it be with retained by the Mayawati or the fraction moving in favor of BJP or Samajwadi Party? Well, iscope political desk will update you to the ground realities. That will be the result on March 10th, which will be lessons to all political parties for the future strategies in their political examination. Well, this was Aparna Singh reporting for iscope media.